Hello, we are in 1.8.9. A lot of people like to use this version for its combat and parkour mechanics, so people might want to practice on this version to get better. The problem is, when you want to do all your fancy parkour, especially with block placing, is it takes a while to manually reset and go back to the start. So what this tutorial is how to use command blocks in 1.8.9 to automate resetting parkour whenever you fall into this water lake. So to start, when you build your practice parkour, make sure that the bottom has a water pool in the bottom, and we're going to use this water pool to detect your fail. Whenever you touch the water, that's when you die. And you're going to teleport to, pick where you're going to teleport to, put a pressure plate there, and we're going to get the coordinates. You can use the F3 screen, but what I like to do is open up the command window and then you type in set block. We're not actually going to use this command, but we're going to use its tab autocomplete. So now that I'm looking at this pressure plate, I can use space tab, space tab, space tab, and there's the numbers, exact coordinates of this pressure plate. So use shift and left arrow to select these numbers. Hit Control C, and we're going to save those numbers for just a little bit. Go over not right next to where you're going to be parkouring, because this command block is going to make a little bit of sound, and that might be annoying. But keep it within render distance. Something like this is great. So command block is going to be execute at a tilde tilde tilde. Tilde is when you hold shift and press the button underneath the escape key. Detect space tilde 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 Minecraft water 0 TP at P Control V. Now make sure there is one space between the at P and your coordinates. Now this command block needs to be activated, and it's activated many times a second with a redstone clock. Just a burnout clock, very easy to build, is going to be plenty of updates for this. Sometimes when you build these, the redstone won't work for some reason, so just replace one of the torches and this will start flashing. Okay, so now whenever anyone takes a bath, they get teleported to this pressure plate, and that works great. Okay, so now we're going to do the stuff that happens when you press this pressure plate. So just extend a redstone line so we can do a bunch of command blocks. The first command block is effect at a Minecraft saturation. And what that's going to do is just keep you fed and make sure you don't starve. Next command block is going to clear any blocks you place while you're parkouring. So pick the block you want to use that you're placing. Make sure it isn't in the palette. So I wouldn't use orange stained clay and I wouldn't use a gold block of gold, but any other block is fine. So get your two three-dimensional corners of the space that someone might place one of these blocks in. Go look at one, /fill, space tab, space tab, space tab, enter. Go look at the other one, and then open up the chat window, press up, and there's that command that was uncompleted. Now I can complete it, space tab, space tab, space tab. And then hold shift, left arrow, Control C, and now we're going to complete that command inside a command block. Control V. Now we have those that fill and those coordinates that take up the whole volume of where you might place a lapis block or whatever kind of block you choose for placing. So now we're going to fill it with air 0, but we're only going to replace that kind of block that you use for placing. Done. So now whenever someone steps in this pressure plate, those all disappear. And now, the next two command blocks are going to just be a simple clear at A And the next one is going to happen after the clear at A. It's going to give you at P the block that you want to place, the number of blocks you need to place to complete the parkour, and then open squiggly bracket, can place on colon, square bracket, open quotation, the ID of the block that you want to place these blocks on, close bracket if you want to place it on multiple blocks, either just use survival mode or comma and then another block. But we're going to use adventure mode. Okay, close squiggly bracket, done. And that is everything. So if I go into game mode 2, adventure mode, and step on this pressure plate, it all gets reset. I have 2 lapis lazuli blocks, and even though I'm in adventure mode, I can place these blocks only on the gold block, and if I fail, it resets. Thanks for watching.